morning. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional Scientific. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional Scientific. Thank you all for joining with us and staying with us till then. Honorable non-students, today I am your host for the morning. My name is Chanaturiya. I am from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I am proud to be student IGP. IGP, a pure non-profit organization, is a social and ISO certified international education and training institute. In the last years, we have already served 35 million knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions, 2,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals, IGP and ISO 9001, 2015, 10,000 to 2018 is the training facility for skill development, which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social and globally recognized and accredited. We serve students and community resources, providing holistic education, social and work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, national and international to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners to respective campus location and distance learning platforms. We are an occupational and dependent institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our humanity. Based on our vision, we are trying vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world, offering awareness, seminars, course, awards, competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are trying also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and knowledge seeker, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day. Kids learning, game websites, free courses, converters, and many more. We have to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of ways to learn to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe the knowledge is lab, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we back them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation they require. To lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity, IGB members are committed to offering effective, best quality services and continual improvement so that individual who seek information can improve their skill levels and ability. Before moving to the next step, minimum, don't forget to share, tag, and mention it in the comment box. Your support is very valuable. Just thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention it in the comment box. Your support is very valuable. Thank you. Moving to the next video continuous support, we have already completed 1,514 webinars successfully won. Dear IGP knowledge speakers, participants, and knowledge at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change the design of our website www.edygp.com. On the website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy services. So create your account for once with the proper information or then to proper information. Enjoy all features, which means that you can never do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. To play Slido, you have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with very very certificates. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session, we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate. Otherwise, no. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you will download all your previous certificate. If you are a host of an IGP, you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organized combined support the HB, you can download it also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 types of instant certificates from our website within a minute. Certificate of global professional membership, certificate of global influencer during the pandemic, certificate of active knowledge seeker, certificate of social activities during the pandemic, certificate of achievement IGP knowledge campaign 2020, 2021, and 2022. Certificate of participation in English series 1 authentic assessment teaching learning. Certificate of participation in English series 2 teaching English as a foreign language and assessment. Certificate of participation in English series 3 digital classroom engagement. Certificate of participation in English series 4 the new trends in education. English series 5 upskilling organization leadership and managerial skills. English series 6 trends in innovation in mathematics. English series 7 research comprehensive. English series 8 art in teaching a special program in arts. English series 9 21st century tools in teaching mathematics. Certificate of IGP corporate ambassador, certificate of IGP campus ambassador. Which you can prepare and download within minutes. From now, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes very very easy. Teaching tips for teachers, help tips for parents, help tips for teens, gamification tips for teachers. You can also join IGP. You can check out our tutorials, famous episodes, and many more. There IGP evaluation, we promised previously, but like a technical issue, we are sending in. This is get upon him to healthy previous credentials with all our knowledge from us and I can allow reset password and everything. You can check out this to for all open. It's a cordial request to check all buttons and pages and all such. Surely I can say you will be benefited, but not that without an account or login you can adjust it. At present, we are going to start out 1615 program name effective communication and listening skill reading communication. And our today's speaker is Ma'am C.A. Dolly Siddhar Patni. Before I hand over to the stage to Ma'am, want to very share a little about our speaker. Soft skill trainer, ICAI faculty, chartered accountant in practice. Now is a very important moment to invite our speaker to IGP, which is her presentation. It is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now the stage is yours, ma'am. Over to
Thank you. A very warm welcome and good morning to all of you. Am I audible? Am I audible?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Mom, just one query. Can I see the participants here? Can they interact?
Sorry, ma'am.
Can they interact with me? Can the participants interact with me, or it is going to be
Ma'am,
a one
in
to
the
one
comment
session?
box, you can see it in the comment box.
Okay. So whatever are the queries or whatever the talks, it is like I can see in comment box. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Right. So what is communication, right? Just leave it what is effective, what is this thing, or what's not. Let us start with what is communication. Can't we know what is communication, or we know it from the birth? Since we took birth, we all know communication. Just see a newborn baby when he or she when a small baby is hungry, the baby starts crying, right? For what? For the milk. When a baby feels sleepy, they starts crying, they becomes cranky, and there's a difference in tone. Every time there is a difference in tone. A mother comes to know that what a baby wants, right? What is this? Crying in different tones. Yes, this is the first point. This is the first stage from where we started communicating. We start how to communicate. We start to communicate in a way what we want, right? So when they want milk, their tone, their style is different. When they feel sleepy, when they want to sleep, or when they are cranky, when they are pain, their crying is different, their tone is different. And so it is not like we don't know communication. Yes, we know communication since our birth, from the first day of our birth. So communication is that much important. Why it is so much important that we start talking about effective communication, proper communication? Because the thing is that it's a very famous proverb, very famous saying, if we all know. And the saying is that how to speak, we learn how to speak in 2 years, right? In 1 or 2 years, or maximum 3 year old baby can kid can start speaking, right? So it took 2 or 3 years to learn how to speak, right? But what to speak? So, what and how to speak properly, effectively, so that our listeners will interpret in a way that we wanted to communicate. Otherwise, what happened is we wanted to communicate A for apple, right? And audience or our learners or the receiver understand is A for alligator. The apple we wanted to communicate, we communicate the alligator. This much wide difference happens when we communicate. So our communication should be proper, our communication should be in a way that what we wanted to convey, the exact message we wanted to convey, that should be conveyed in a proper manner. If I wanted to convey A for apple, it should not be A for alligator, right? So here we are. We all know how much communication is important, right? Right or wrong? Can I get some comments? Can I get some feedbacks? We wanted to make our communication effective, right? We want to make our communication strong. How you can make your communication effective? How you can make your communication strong? How we should communicate so that the receiver should understand the same message we wanted to communicate, I wanted to communicate. Otherwise, what happened when I say A for alligator? Sorry, A for apple, right? My receiver understands A for alligator. This is the difference. I wanted to work on this particular thing, that this communication gap should be reduced, right? Exactly, I can convey the message. I can convey my words along with my message in a way that it should be interpreted exactly in the same way, in the same manner, what these words meant to me. They should meant to others, they should meant to receivers as well. Okay. So when I talk, okay, when we communicate, when I communicate, when you communicate, when we communicate, so there are two words which comes. The first word is the transmission, and the another word is communication. What you generally do? Please reply. What you generally do? You transmit your messages or you communicate your messages? Yes? Anyone? Reply, you transmit your messages or you communicate your messages. Okay, Isaiah. Clear, concise, correct, complete, and active listening will lead to effective communication. Surely, surely. We'll come to the listening part as well. But first thing, that when we are speaking, so we are, when we speak, when we wanted to say something to someone, we are transmitting the message or we are communicating the message. What you do? Am I transmitting my speech to you or am I communicating with you? We communicate message. Okay, like a very good. You communicate. Okay, so what's the difference between this transmission or communication? The basically what happened is, we, what I feel is, initially now we all transmit, not communicate. What's the difference in transmission and communication? Anyone? What I'm doing at present, I'm transmitting or communicating? I'm doing transmission or communication. When I speak, when I wanted to convey my message to someone, I am communicating. Yes, Isaiah, why I'm communicating? This is the point. Yes, I'm trying to communicate. But what I am communicating? So, the transmission is a one way channel. It is a one way transportation. It is a one way channel. When I transmit something, I am transmitting my message to you. I'm transmitting my message to receiver. Getting? But when I ask for the feedback, when I change my tone, when I change my speech according to my audience, when I adjust according to my audience, I receive feedback. This is the one thing when both the parties are involved, sender as well as receiver, when both these parties are equally involved in a speech, in a matter, in a transaction, or whatever, this particular scenario is a communication channel. If I'll not take your feedback, if I'll not judge the frequency, if I'll not come to know that what you want, no, I will not communicate at that time. At that particular time, I'll only transmit the message. You recall that old military times when we have that, what we call that, if, before the phones, what we used to that signal once, anyone, we used to transmit the radio signals over and out. Do you recall that over and out? Yes, what's that? Anyone? Anyone, what's that over and out thing? They used to transmit the messages, right? They used to transmit the message in that particular device. They used to tell, okay, now this is the instruction, this is the go to this particular place, go to this particular place, over and out. There's no feedback system. That is what is transmission. The one way it is going out from my mind, it is going out from my mouth, the words are going, but whether these words, whether the exact meaning is coming to the receiver's mind, to the receiver's end, is not part of transmission. It is a part of the communication. So now ask this question to yourself, whether you transmit or you communicate. You transmit or you communicate. Am I transmitting or communicating now? Yes, Isaiah, Laika, others? Still I'm trying to communicate what my audience wants. Whether yes, Amelda is saying, you are transmitting your messages, it is a one way communication, only one way. You are speaking. Yes, Imelda, I'm trying to take the feedback, right? I'm trying to take the feedbacks that what my receivers want. Yes, Stephanie. Yes, what my receiver wants. This is what I'm trying to take the feedback. That you all are in the session or not. Yes, you are here or not. How many are there? Okay, so I'm trying to communicate because I'm trying to take the feedback. So this is an online session. This is a virtual screen. So this is some type like a webinar. But when we are in a seminar, when we are in a face-to-face communication, how many things with which we take the feedback, how we can convert our transmission to our communication. Transmission is one way. Transmission never serves its purpose. Communication always serves its purpose. Because transmission is only one way. Whether the message is interpreted correctly or not is not the issue, is not the point to be considered in a transmission. But in a communication, the most important thing is whether my message, whether my words are able to communicate, whether my words have the same meaning in the receiver's end or not. This is what is communication. So please reply me, please tell me what are the points by which I means all of us in a general scenario, we can convert our transmissions into the feedbacks. Yes, how to convert the transmissions, how to convert your instructions into a communication. Your instructions are transmissions or communications. When you are instructing, you transmit or you communicate. Yes, when you are in a meeting, when you are with your subordinates, when you are instructing, you transmit your message or you communicate your message. I try to communicate. I don't know about you. I'm not getting any replies or the comments, right? So I try to communicate. I try to know what my audience want, whether my words have same whether my words have interpreted in a same manner, in a same meaning which I wanted to communicate. So yes, what is the communication? What makes this particular transmission converted into a communication? Communication is okay. Is I saying you communicate in a meeting? Okay, yes, because you have that feedback, right? You can take that. Yes, Stephanie is also saying that communicating, especially if we allow them to participate by asking them questions, whether they understand too. Yes, we can convert our transmission in this way that we can ask questions that, have you understood? Do you know this? Please participate in this. So this is what is the thing we are working, or this is like this is the setup, or whatever you wanted. That we can ask questions. We can ask them to participate. Yes, very nice, Stephanie. Very well attempted. Very well done. That this is the thing by which we can convert our transmissions into communication by asking our participants to participate, right? Okay. Yes, by deliver a proper and clear message. Yes, our messages should be very proper, very clear, very concise. Very concise. If you talk point to point, if you talk concisely, it will remain here. It will remain in the mind. But if you start telling the story and what and what not, the proper message may miss. So when you are communicating in a formal meeting, your message should be proper and clear, and you should ask your participants to participate. Because how this communication channel works, how this communication link works, that there is a sender. So I'm the sender here. What am I doing? I'm encoding my message. If I'll talk in a technical terms, what am I doing? I'm encoding my words in my words. Okay, I'm encoding my message in my words, right? And what you are doing, I'm talking with a channel, I'm talking with this particular screen. And what you are doing in your end, you also have a channel. Whatever you have a tab, you have a laptop, or you have whatever screen you have, right? You also have a channel. With that channel, you are receiving. Okay, receiving means you are listening it, you are then you are hearing it, and then you are decoding it, that what is it, what is being said here, what can be the meaning here, right? In this particular way, that you decode it, and then again you reply. Sometimes happens when in a meeting, when you like when you are saying something, a presentation is going on, and other people like participants are saying, yeah, yeah. So your body gesture, right? With along with participants, you can observe the body language. You can observe the participants also. Yes, obviously, 100% you should ask them to participate. But along with asking your participants to participate, what is needed is the observation of your receiver observation of your audience. Observe your audience. Just ask, observe your audience. You will come to know whether my message is communicating or not. You can observe their body language. You can observe their eyes. Eye contact. Is it necessary? Is it necessary? While you talk, the eye contact is necessary or not? Yes? Do you have eye contacts when you talk? Yes, it is. Yes. At present, I'm missing that eye contact with my audience. So I'm making eye contact with myself. Yes, yes, Carla. Yes, correct. Eye contact is very necessary, very necessary. With your eyes replies, your eyes gives feedback along with your mouth, along with your words, your eyes do the talking part. So we can confirm if we are both connected and in the same ground with each other. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Our eyes contact, connect. Our eyes talks. How many of you feel that your eyes talks? Eye contact with your audience is very necessary. Very necessary. Yes, is I. It is very necessary. At present, when you are attending the webinar, look into my eyes. You will find that my eyes do the speaking part. My eyes do the talking part. Don't you feel that our eyes talks? The feedback, taking the feedback is very important. This feedback is the thing, this feedback is the term which converts my transmission into my communication. How to take the feedback? First thing, whenever you wanted to take the feedback, excuse me, look into the eyes, look into the eyes of your audience, their eyes, your eyes. The connect between the eyes do the complete feedback part. It makes almost 50% of the feedback part. You will come to know whether my message, whether my instructions are communicating properly at the receiver's hand or not. A for apple is communicating as A for apple or A for alligator. थोड़ा सा ही फर्क होता है, right? Yeah, apple थोड़ा curved हो गया है मेरा. Apple is something which is little curved. My alligator is having a sharp edge, right? So I should know. First point is convert your transmissions into your convert your transmissions into your communications. To convert your transmission into your communication, the only one thing, there's only one thing which is required, and this particular thing is known as feedback. What to do to take the feedback? The first thing you should do for a feedback is the eye contact. Let your eyes speak. Let your eyes speak. Let your eyes talk. Your eyes do the talking part. Your eyes do the speaking part. Your eyes do the communicating part. Right? So, convert your transmission into your communication. What are the transmission skills? What transmission skills? When you speak one way communication. When you are doing one way communication, only you are talking and others are listening like this. Listening or hearing, I don't know. We'll come to this part again, that whether you all are hearing or listening, right? So when there is a one way communication, when there is a one way translate, this is a not that is not a communication, it is a transmission. When you speak, when you instruct on a single way channel over and out, right? It is a transmission, right? Then writing. You write something, write some messages or you text. It is transmitting. You cannot take feedback in writing. Okay. But in transmission, when you transmit, how you receive, in a receiver's and reception skills work, how you listen, and then the reading part, how you read it, right? So transmitting is a one way communication in which you speak and you write, but on the receivers and on the audience and we need reception skills to interpret, to listen, to read, because once you are done with your reading part, it will make sense only when someone reads it properly and interpret it in a manner you have written it, right? So transmission and reception skills both are required. So when these both work effectively and when these both are required, you convert your transmission to your communication. But when we talk about communication, as I initially said in the starting of the session, that communication starts, even a baby, a small baby, a 1 day old baby knows how to communicate, right? Even he or she communicates. The baby communicates. The baby cries in so many different tones when she's in pain, when he wants milk, when he wants to sleep, when he wants to take attention, and whatever, the tone is different every time, right? So communication is something we all know. We all talk now, right? We all talk. Yes, Carla, I'm coming to listening. Yes, so we all talk. We all talk. Don't you know how to talk? Don't you know how to talk? Yes, who don't know how to talk? Everyone talks, right? I talk, you talk, we all talk. We all speaks. Is speaking is communication? Yes, speaking is communication, like a yes. Yes, speaking is communication. Yes. Others? Tiffany, yes, we all talk. Yes, it is. Yes, we all know communicating. We all know talking. But what makes a difference? What is the difference? What is that? There is that. What's that itch that we are here? We all know to talk. Then why we are here? Why we are investing our time here? Yes, we are investing our time here, right? When you are in any webinar, when you are in any education series, or whenever, whatever you listen something good now, you are investing your time. What I feel is that you are the best asset. What is the best asset? We always feel like we should invest in gold. We should, as a chartered accountant, right? As a chartered accountant, I'm a finance person. And whenever there is a talk that whenever our client used to come, that what is the best asset? Where should we invest? What it means, as a chartered accountant, that we have many points that we should invest in bonds, we should invest in mutual funds, in gold, or whatever precious thing. But as a trainer, as a speaker, what I feel is the best asset. The best asset is you. Yes, 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 you. The best asset is me. I should invest in myself. So when you are here, when you are in this session, you are investing your time to make you little better, little better, little better. Right? So this is my question, that when you all know speaking, when you all know communicating, why you are here, why we are here, why we are spending or investing our time here? Because we wanted to make an effective communication. We have traveled our journey from transmission to communication. And now I wanted you all to move your journey to one step further from communication to effective communication. Yes, Stephanie is here. They wanted to receive something to knowledge or skills. You are investing in academic growth. Yes, perfect, perfect. Very nice. So we have moved from transmission to communication, and now from communication to effective communication. There's only one point. There was only one thing, only one point which converted my transmission to my communication, and this but one particular point, one particular thing is the feedback, right? And now I'm here with communication to effective communication. What can convert my communication to the effective communication? Yes, anyone? What's that thing? What is this effective communication? Yes, thing. My mindset, my encoding, my that mix in my mind should get transferred to your mind in a same way I have in my mind. Not in a way I'm communicating, right? I want my message to be communicated, so my message should get communicated in a same meaning in which it is there in a Sanders mind. By looking into eyes, right? This sent and receive. Yes, perfect, Tiffany. Yes, it should. There should. Yes, Carla. There should be a feedback. Yes, ready, sir. There. It should be without fear. Yes, Stephanie. You should receive the same message successfully. That's what I'm trying to say. By looking into the eyes, by sharing our ideas and knowledge to others. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect, perfect. You all are here when we communicate. The same message should get transmitted. Same message, which is there in a Sanders mind. In another way, I can speak that a Sanders mind should be shifted to the receiver's mind. I'm not concerned, I'm not bothered about the manner, whether I'm writing it, whether I'm speaking it, whether I'm transferring it through a virtual mode, or I'm transferring it to a physical mode, or whatever. What is important for me as a sender, whenever I am communicating, I want my mindset, my mind, my communication, my message should be shifted. That particular bundle should be delivered, the parcel should be delivered to your mind as it is. This is what is the effective communication, right? Am I right? You should have that mutual understanding, right? What my receiver want, what am I communicating, what should be there. Exact parcel should get delivered, right? Without any tears and without any thing, right? Without any specific extra spices or anything extra or anything less. Same parcel should get delivered as it is. When the same parcel is delivering, my communication is effective. And now, today, we all are here to discuss. Sender sending message in the form of encoding and receiver decode the same and send the feedback to the sender. Yes, Lakshma sir. Yes, we are here to sharpen our the skill, right? As I said, that how to speak. We learn how to speak within 3 years. We learn the words, right? But We take a lifetime efforts to know what to speak and the manner to speak. How should I speak? Yes, it takes lifetime skills. We all need sharpening. Every time we all need sharpening. Everyone, all of us learns how to speak, how to talk, so that people will not misunderstand my message or my wordings. Right? Okay. So, my message, my communication should be effective. Right? What our communication do? What our communication do? The communication converts me, it transforms me to a what? To a friendly leader, to a good leader. We all wanted to be a good leader, where all of our subordinates wanted or loved to follow us, where everyone in my team wanted to work with me, right? We all wanted. The first basic skill to take everyone along with me is the communication skills. When my communication is effective, I can have so many connections. People will love to work with me. People will love to connect with me. My coordination with my peers increases. Whenever I give my direction, the same parcel get delivered. Same parcel, not the similar. Same parcel get delivered from my mind to my peer's mind, from my mind to my subordinate's mind, from my mind to my boss's mind, to my manager's mind. Same thing. Exact idea gets conveyed. I wanted to convey the exact idea, the packet of idea which I'm having. I'm so brilliant. I have so many ideas, but I cannot express. So, when I can't express, what's the importance of my idea? I don't think my idea have any importance if it is not conveyed properly, if it is not communicated properly, right? My words, my communication boosts the morale of my team, my peers. Hey, come on, do it, we'll do it. Come on, yeah, we have to do it. A very difficult deadline, a very difficult project we all are working. So we all are peers for a particular project, and we are working in a very difficult situations, in a very cross, very limited deadlines. And my words as a peer. Come on, man, do it. We all can do it. We will do it. We have that thing. We will do it for sure. And another one. Come on, yeah, we have to do it. Let's do it. We have to complete it in deadline. Is it difference between my two communication? Yes? Is there a difference in my these two communications? Anyone? What's the difference? What's the difference in my these two communication? The first thing when I'm struggling with the deadline, I'm saying, come on, we can do it. We can do it. We have to do it. We should do it. Come on. We will do it. And in a second point, I'm saying, come on, yaar. We should do it, है ना? We have to do it. We have to do. The leader who influences the others by way of his words, actions in an understandable manner is called communication. Yes, This is what is the importance of communication. Here my communication is getting effective, right? Morale, motivation is spreading, right? These are what are the qualities of leaders. The first quality, the first step, right? There are so many steps in a ladder. We have to go up, right? We should take when we need to go up. The first step towards success, first step towards being a good leader is the communication. This is the first point, first thing. Your voice, your communicating style should be so good. As I said, there is a difference between these two. The two things. When I said, come on, come on, come on, do it, do it, do it, we all have to do it, we will do it together. What my word says, that yes, come on, we will do it. Okay. Same thing. I said, we have to do it, yeah. We don't have any option. We have to do it. Same message, same message. But in a first manner, it boosts the morale. Entire team gets into a working thing. They started working like anything. But in a second point, in a second piece, they were like, leave it, yaar. Just leave it. Just pass the time with the deadline, and then we'll see whatever it happens. Wait. The effectiveness will reduce. The morale of your peers, of your subordinates, of your team will reduce. Whenever you give directions, communication. Can you please do it for me? Can you please do it for us? Hey, you, do it. Yes, it makes a sense how you're talking, what words you are doing. People will love to, your team will love to work with you when you talk with, come on, please do it for us. We will do it for our team. Hey, do it for our team. No one will work. Even if they will work because they are compelled to work, they will not be involved as such. If you want the involvement, your communication should be effective. Your communication solves the problem. Any problem. You can watch any movie. Like, this is the thing, how you communicate, it solves your most of the problems. When I'm talking, when I'm communicating with you, I'm changing my tones, I'm using my entire body. Even if it's a virtual session, I'm using my facial expressions, I'm using my hands, I'm using my head, I'm using my eyes, everything to communicate. Why? So that you all will feel connected with me, so that I can feel connected with you. We all are feeling connecting with ours. The manner we communicate affects our communication. Yes, perfect, Agnes. Yes, the manner we are communicating, our body language, right? It's the manner of communication. There are so many manners of communication, right? What my words do to the communication, my words, only my word, 7% role plays in an entire communication journey. The role of words is only 7%. Only 7%, dear. Entire 93% is a non-verbal communication. Non-verbal, how you behave, how you speak, how your body language is. Are you talking with your eyes? Your tone is changing or not? No, very important. Very important. Yes, ready. The flow of communication is delivering from top level management to low level management. No, I disagree. I'm really sorry, Reddy, that the communication channel is not a one-way flow. Communication is a circular flow. It's a circular flow. It keeps on moving like a wheel of a vehicle. It is not a one way communication. It cannot be strictly adhered to a one way link that it only flows from top to bottom. No, top have to take this particular feedback from the middle level and lower level. Until and unless they will not take this particular communication, that lower to top, their communication will fail. They will not come to know whether their ideas are working or not. So the communication must be two-way communication. Both ways should communicate. Then only your communication can be an effective communication. Now we all know how what is communication, how important is communication. Now what are the barriers to the communication? Okay, Reddy says saying something two ways at the same time we collect the feedback. Yes, so whenever there is a feedback, now it is a two-way communication, not a one-way communication. When you are taking the feedback, it involves both the parties, it involves receiver also. Okay, so there are so many barriers to communication, right? The channel barrier. What will happen if my network will not work right now? You have taken a meeting. In whenever there's a very important point and network breaks. What happened? Yes. You should have a backup, right? If my channel, no, so you should work for the channel improper feedback, as Reddy has said. That it is mostly our mentality, our mindset work in this way, that communication should move from top to bottom. So generally, people working at a lower level of management or in a lower hierarchy, they don't give proper feedbacks. Sometimes to please their bosses, to please their leaders, they don't give the proper feedback. So this improper feedback is a very big barrier, very big barrier to the communication. So we need to work on this particular thing. Poor listening, we'll come to this part separately. Okay, we'll talk in this part. Then poor source of information, from where you are collecting the information which you are communicating. Poor pronunciation. Yes. These are the things which still works. If you have your pronunciation, if you don't have good pronunciation, it is not like to be anything to be shameful, right? What is needed is you should work on these things. So whenever you work on these things, your communication should improve. Okay, then lack of non-verbal communication, like I said, I am in a meeting, I am a teacher, I am just started talking and talking and talking, and you should listen to me, and this is the thing, and you know what communication is: a sender and a receiver and a communication. I'm very good with my speech, right? I was very good with my speech now, which I have recently given. Let me repeat my speech once again, and then please give me a feedback. Is it a best speech or best thing about communication or not? Communication is something where there is a sender and a receiver. Sender sends the message, it encodes and passes through a proper channel in a receiver's, and it decodes, and receiver receives the message and then passes on the feedback to the sender, and then sender, this in this way this communication process gets completed. Perfect definition of communication, right? Right or wrong? Come on, I need a feedback. I wanted to communicate, not I don't want to be a transmitter. I want to be a communicator. I wanted to communicate. Yes, like I saying a very good speech, ma'am. Once more. Should I continue my entire session in the same tone and in the same manner? Yes? I know. You all will feel sleepy, and you all will go to some other app or somewhere else in your phone or in your virtual mode. If I'll start talking in the same manner of it, or if I'll start communicating in a similar manner, right? So this is what non-verbal communication is very important. As I said initially also, that I'm talking with my eyes, I'm talking with my head, I'm talking with my hands, right? This is the non-verbal communication is very important. I already shared that screen with you, right? Only 7% in my entire communication, words plays only 7% role. Yes, 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 yes. Words plays only 7% role. Entire 93% role is played by non-verbal communication, right? So, lack of non-verbal communication, then there is a cultural difference between various cultures, right? So, these are some barriers to communication. Now, what we can do? Now, if we wanted to communicate, as I already cleared with ready sir's command, that if we are here, we are in a communication, both parties should be equally involved, the sender and the receiver. So, barriers should be removed from both the sides. From the sender's point, please let you know whatever you wanted to communicate. Be clear to yourself first. As a sender, be clear to yourself first what you want to communicate. Be precise and to the point. We already discussed, someone raised this issue. Someone commented this particular point, that you should be precise and to the point, right? Use a common language, right? Yeah, if at present I'm talking in English, right? But I'm more comfortable with Hindi language. Should I start talking in Hindi? No, this is not a common language for all of us. So please work on your common language. If required, write the message before speaking. Okay, make some preparations. Okay, and ask for the feedback. Frequently ask for the feedback, so that you will come to know that you are in the track or you have gone out of the track, right? Be in the track. To be in the track, you need to take the frequent feedbacks. Frequently, very frequently take the feedbacks. Now, what I feel, personally, what I feel, you may not agree with me, or many may not agree with me, but personally, what I feel now is that receiver's role is little bit more difficult than sender's role. Agreed? Whose role is difficult, the sender one or the receiver one? Yes? Whose role is difficult, the sender one or the receiver? In my personal view, the receiver's hand, because we feel bored, we want sleep, we feel sleepy because we don't have to do anything. Our mind have to do all the work. In the sender's hand, the sender have speaking along with his mind. His mouth is working continuously. But here, the distance between mind and ear is very less, very less. So you should be attentive. Whatever your sender is speaking, please listen. Don't hear. Please listen. So whenever you are listening, you will be attentive. You are attentive. Right? Yes. Concentrate. What is being discussed? Right? Concentrate on the message. And whenever you are in doubt, please ask for the clarification. Please ask quickly. Hey, come on, please stop. I have this particular doubt. Clear this particular doubt. Listen objectively. Listen objectively means that yes, I am here. So if I'm here, I'll earn something, I'll learn something. For that reason, I'm here. Observe the body language of the sender. If sender is required to communicate with the body language, then the receiver should also observe the body language. Na? You should focus. And very important, make a habit of taking notes. Take a pen or pencil. No, don't. What I personally feel is whenever there is this particular device in your hand now, this particular device binds your mind. So make this habit of writing down the notes. So you should overcome the barriers. Okay. And communication, as I said, your action speaks louder. Your action speaks 93% and your word speaks only 7%. Only 7%. We already discussed, right? So, what is this non-verbal thing? Yeah, as the first thing I've discussed, I've asked you that the first thing we have is the eye contact, touch, right? So, this might not be the issue with the formal communication. Okay, then distance between two or more people or positioning within kinesics or body movements. If okay, I'm moving my body, I'm moving my hands, but what if I start moving like this and like this and so much frequently, very frequently, then what? I should know how much my body should move. My appearance is very important. Whenever you are in a physical communication, physically with someone, like you are available with someone, you are talking, please use your deodorants. Very important. Your smell speaks, yaar, kitna ganda hai. It's so bad. It's stinking. Tone of voice. Yes, ready. Perception of communication. Why you wanted to communicate. The perception is very important. These everything is important. Eye contact, your kinesics, your appearance, your smell, your tone of voice, and even your silence speaks. Your silence speaks. What is the importance of silence in communication? Silence is another way of communicating. Yes, Laika. Perfect. Your silence gives emphasis to the last thing you said. Yes, it gives you a processing time. If I'll talk technically, na, it gives you a processing time. That's what Tiffany wants to say. That it gives emphasis to the last thing you said. It's actually powerful. That is why it is said that when you are communicating, you should take proper pause. Right? Please, the commas and full stops are not only for writing, they are for speaking also. Take proper pause so that people will come to know that what you are speaking. Please give them fraction of seconds to process your thoughts which you have transferred. Janice is saying it gives you time to absorb and analyze the things you have been talking about. Yes, Janice, perfect. This is the thing that what it does, what silence does. Silence helps in decoding at the receiver's end. It's very important. Take proper pauses. Give a proper silence time. Very much needed. Very much needed. Your silence speaks. As I said, that your action speaks louder than your words. Now I'm saying even your silence speaks louder than your words. No, I'm not degrading the importance of words. Words are very powerful, very important, very powerful. I have a small video, a very small clip of 60 seconds. Really love to show you the how much important the words are. I'm not degrading the importance of words, but your action speaks louder along with your words. Words are the initial thing, na? To make power, to give power to our words, we are using these things. More power is required. Non-verbal power is required, and even silence power is required. Silence is required. Silence is very, very, very important. Pause. Take proper pauses when you are speaking. It's not only what you say, what is important is how you said it, right? The way you speak, right? The very important how you say, how you speaks, how you communicate, right? Now, when you communicate, I said that there are two ends. We have discussed a lot from the Sanders end, right? Sanders should do this, Sanders should do this, Sanders should do this. Right? As I already said, as we already discussed, as you already shared, that communication will not complete without the involvement of both the parties. Right? So if sender is speaking and talking, and if receiver is in this mode, communication will never work. Never work. Equal participation of receiver is required. Communication will take place. Communication will be effective only when you listen to it. You have to listen. Silence. Yes. We have come out from the type topic of silence, but yes, Laika has uh, taken some more. Silence means we analyze or thinking on how we should be to answer properly to our sender. Yes, this point we'll also discuss in listening part. Okay, so yes, listening skills, receivers and maybe in the receivers and the one thing, the one skill we work out most is the listening skills. We all listen, right? We all listen, right? Come on, at least reply with yes or no. We all listen or not? Yes. Yes, Lamson is listening. You are listening or hearing? Come on. You all are listening or hearing. Yes? You are listening or hearing. Yes. Many are there with me. Luma is listening. Janice is listening. Amelda, Laika, Tiffany. Come on, yes, you all are listening, right? Tiffany is listening. I'm actually that she's listening, right? Listening. Everyone is listening. What is the difference between listening and hearing? What is the difference between hearing and listening? I heard this thing. You know what? That two girls are crossing the road and they are discussing about something, and I heard this particular point there. Listening gets the message. Hearing only picks up the sounds. Yes. Hearing picks up the sound. Hearing, maybe intentionally or unintentionally, right? Listening is always intentional. This is with intention. Listening is always with intention to get the message, as Tiffany said. In hearing, you might get message, you might not get it message. You have to take efforts to listen, not to hear. You don't have to take efforts to hear. Yeah, we sometimes we overhear gossips or something nice, but okay, that is not listening. Yes, Stephanie agreed with me that the right words is intentional. For listening, there must be your, it should be intentional, right? You hear music or you listen music. Isaiah is saying listening to understand and respond it involves the brain. Yes. We have two ears. One to hear and another one to correct. Hearing is the process while listening is more focused and concentrated. Yes. For hearing, one ear is sufficient to take in and another one to take out. Okay. Take it from here and take out from this side, or take in, take out. Okay. We have two ears. Take in, take out. One to take in, one to take out. But with listening, you need two ears. For hearing, you hear with one and it is like out with another one. But for listening, you need your both ears. Use your both ears to listen and send it for processing. Hearing is passive while listening is an active internal behavior. Hearing is the physical part. Yes, it is a physical part. We hear so many things. Birds chirping outside. My cooker is whistling. Vehicles ka drum drum drum. We hear so many things. But when we wanted to take meaning out of something, when we wanted to process something, we listen. We do it intentionally. Right? My mind is focusing so much silence. I start listening, not hearing. Right? I need to listen. If I listen, then only I'll get the exact meaning sender wants to convey. Right? Sander have made a very good parcel with a gift wrapping and something like. And what you did, it is like you just picked it up and a paper tears off. Everything in in the parcel in the box gets spilled. This is not the thing. This is not meant to be, right? What is meant to be, if I have presented something, if I have presented a beautiful parcel to someone, the receiver should take the parcel with the equal excitement, with the equal happiness, and open it carefully. This opening of parcel, this carefully opening of parcel is listening, is getting the exact meaning, right? Yes. So I think we'll good a very good listeners to hear something with thoughtful attention, give consideration. Should have a focus listening. Focus listening. This is what I want. If you are focusly involved, if you are involved, if you are replying, See, when you reply, when I read the comments, I get motivated to speak more, to speak effectively, to be in the point. My morale boosts up. I get motivated. So, focused listening. It builds a trust, a relationship of trust between sender and receiver. Your body language, your feedback. You only give feedback when you listen, right? If you don't listen, you cannot give a proper feedback. And then please recall, this feedback is something which has converted my transmission to my communication, right? So here you place this particular important role. When you listen properly, you can give a proper feedback, and a proper feedback converts my transmission into a communication. You are listening when you pay attention and interact with what you have heard. Yes, Amalda, correct. It builds a relationship of trust, right? As I correctly said, for hearing, one ear is sufficient. For listening, you need both of them. That's why we have to. Listening is very difficult. That's what I said, that receiver's side is more difficult than the sender's side. Right? Sender is done once he's done with his speaking. He's done with his part. Then comes the receiver's part. Right? So it is more difficult. It is more concentration, more focus is listening. We have so many types of listening, right? Active, passive, right? Active listening is like I said, intentionally. Passive is like okay, selective one. Whenever there is a high tone, I listen. On a low tone, it gets out. Wait. Reflective listening, I only listen to respond, to react. Please don't listen to react. Listen to respond. Listen to process. Listen to understand. Then the empathetic listening. Empathetic listening means like when you are in a happy place, wear a beautiful smile. Whenever you are in a sad place, right? In someone's obituary or something, please don't smile. Listen with a normal face. Empathetic listening. Feelings, you should have this feelings, that facial expressions on your face while you are listening. This is what is effective listening. You should have that a good body language when you are listening. When you are listening, listen that your sender, your speaker should know that, yeah, come on, this is the person. Like in this particular point, at this particular point, I know that these 7 or 8 peoples like Isaiah, like Imaldi, right? These all are connected with me. So whenever there is a physical session, whenever you are talking, be a good listener. And for good listener, good body language is required. Don't set your like this cross-handed thing like this. This should not be done, right? Your face should not be like. Sander has come with so much motivation, so much high morale, high boost up. But when the Sander will see you like this, whenever a teacher enters in the room and the students are like, their morale degrades. The quality of communication degrades. So your body language is such like that you are open for the communication. If you are not open for the communication, you are closed for the communication. What will sender do? He will knock, 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 and what he can do, right? You have to be open to receive, right? And if you are open to receive, show it. You cannot speak Your body language will speak at this point, particular point of time, right? Ask open-ended questions. When the content is repeating and repeating and repeating, right? Make attention, make a focus. Yes, this particular point is repeating again and again. Right? Acknowledge your feeling. If you're feeling good, if you are feeling motivated, show it. Because once you acknowledge your feeling, it gives a moral to the speaker. Don't judge. Please don't judge. And we are not in a courtroom to judge. But this is the thing that we all do it every time, every minute. That we always judge. We always judge. Come on, are you in a courtroom to judge? Every time you judge someone or the other, and if you will not get anyone now, you judge yourself. Stop judging. Be quiet when you are listening. Ask question when the house is open to you, when it is asked to you, excuse me, that please raise your queries. The house is open for discussion. Please raise. But when your speaker is presenting something, when someone is saying something, please be quiet. Be patient to let them complete. Right? Now, how you communicate with others, how you listen. Right? This is not their quality. This is our quality which you are showing. And this will work as a further stone, further step to your successful journey, right? So this particular Anthony Robbins has said that the way we communicate with others and with ourselves, this is not a motivational session or the some type of session where I'll talk about communication with other ourselves. So I have this one particular session of interpersonal skills where I'll speak more about this communication with ourselves, how much important the communication with ourselves. I'll talk in that particular session, but yes, for this particular time, the way we communicate with ours, others, and ourselves determines the quality of our life, right? All problems, communication, and as I said, that how you communicate. Communication is the solvent of all the problems. It resolves all the problems and will give the foundation for the personal development. It begins with the connection. As I said, now I feel connected with Egons, Isaiah, Laika, right? Imelda. I'm feeling connected. I'm feeling connected with Tiffany. I'm feeling connected with Janice, right? I'm feeling connected with Isaiah, with Luma, right? So this is what here my communication begins. It always begins with the connections. And connections started from the first point you see each other. From the first points you come together. It is not necessary that you start talking and talking and talking and talking. Then only communication will take place. No. To be a good communicator, be a good listener first. Give time to others to speak. Otherwise, what happens? I'm a very good communicator. I know these are my speaking skills. I'll speak, speak, speak. No, 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 please, no. Big no. Communication is not only talking and talking. It is listening and even silence. We already discussed. Right? Yes. So it is not always constantly talking and talking. So to convert your transmission to your communication feedback, to turn your communication to your effective communication, what we need is working on our non-verbal skills as well, right? And then and to complete this particular process, we need good listeners, we need good listening qualities. So listen first to communicate, then communicate. And your listening is also a communication, so communicate and communicate and win your connections. Success is all yours. All yours. Wishing you all a very good luck. All the best wishes to you. And thank you so much for communicating so effectively, for responding, for reacting, and for giving comments, and for being with us, right? Thank you so much. The house is open for discussion. If anyone wanted to ask anything, wanted to share their experience, yes. You're always welcome, Laika, Tiffany. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention, learn and grow together as the knowledge seekers. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinars. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us after the question answer. We'll be after a short video, we'll be back with in our session part, question answer session part two, which is the question answer. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Our first question is the digital era has revolutionized communication with social media, instant messaging, and video conferencing become ubiquitous. Analyze the advantage and drawbacks of these modern communication tools in achieving winning communication. How can individuals maintain authenticity and build rapport when relying heavily on digital channels?
Yeah, very important, and indeed actually to the point, and related with this present era situation or question is there, that yes, while I discussed about the communication at that particular time only, I said that whenever a sender is communicating and whenever you are planning to communicate anything or you are receiving something, that please check for the resource, that the source that the source from where you are getting the information is authentic. Very important, that particular source should be important from where you are taking. Please visit that with, if you are taking information from a particular blog or something, that from where this particular blogger belongs, right? And the history also you can check, right? You have a media platform or everything else, and one thing, make sure that you cross check the information. You cross check, you read it the information, and make some small, very small, the research is a very big word, at least analyze that the information which I have which I have gathered or which I am using is to the point or not, is correct or the or not, right? So cross checking will do the part, and analyzing yourself, these two things you should do. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, I hope everyone is done, right? No doubts, nothing. Okay, so Laika, Tiffany, Nympha, Isaiah, Janice, Agnes, Leoma, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to talk with you, to connect with you, to communicate with you. Thank you so much. Okay, so host. Okay, no more questions. Thank you. Okay, so all the best, everyone. Wish you all the luck. Do well.
Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topics. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Dear IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of the webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is a regular webinar activity participation process. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. For some technical problems, you cannot continue our quiz from the website. So, to join the quiz, you have to go www.slido.com and to the quiz code is 1207769. After the short video, we will start our quiz session. 20 people we are going to start with. First question is effective communication skills include active listening, option 1 through option 2 false. Right answer is true. 100% people are right here. Here is the leaderboard. Our second question is effective communication requires active listening skills, option 1 through option 2 false. Right answer is true. 100% people are right here. Here is the leaderboard. Our third question is building listening skills enhance effective communication, option 1 through option 2 false. Right answer is true. 100% people are right here. Here is the leaderboard. Our fourth question is effective communication skills commit to practicing effective communication through active listening, option 1 through option 2 false. Right answer is true. 100% people are right here in the leaderboard. Our fifth question is effective communication skill involves effective speaking, active and active listening, option 1 through option 2 false. Right answer is true. 96% people are right here. Our sixth question is how can effective listening skill enhance verbal communication, option 1 empathy and connection, option 2 love. Right answer is empathy and connection. 100% people are right here. Seventh question is effective communication skills commit to practicing effective communication, active listening, non-verbal and verbal skills, option 1 through option 2 false. Right answer is true. 96% people are right here. Right question is listening is a part of effective communication between healthcare term members. The HCW can enhance listening skills by option 1 being aware of prejudices and considering comments that offend you. Option 2 paying close attention to clearly hear what the other person is saying. Right answer is paying close attention to clearly hear what the other person is saying. 81% people are right here. 9% is effective listening skills are not vital to good communication skills. Option 1 false, option 2 true. Right answer is false. 93% people are right here. Here's the leaderboard. Our last and final question is it effective communication involves in listening skill? Option 1 yes, option 2 no. Yes, 96% people are right here. Congratulations, John Michael F. Haber. Congratulations, our webinar online quiz competition and different. Congratulations again. We'll take a few minutes to finalize the result and after that we'll issue our online quiz competition certificate on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Function. At the end of our session, you can say probably video is still never stop learning because life never stops teaching us. We have been instances, see you again and again in one participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to do not to follow things before I say or hit the live and button again once. Thank all to IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation.